Hello and welcome back to Buckle Up. I'm Harry King and this is the brand new facelifted Toyota Yaris Cross. But is it the best small SUV you can buy? So what would happen if you took the humble Toyota Yaris and smashed it against a Toyota Land Cruiser? Something like this, I suppose. This is the Toyota Yaris Cross and it's the roughy-tufty brother of the small Toyota Yaris hatchback. So they've given it this bluff front end. You can see lots of off-roady styling here. Big black brush guards, very, very upright, big angry grills, focus lights. And this is supposed to give it a sort of utilitarian feel. This is on the functional side as opposed to the CHR's kind of passionate side, emotive side. That's kind of swoops and curves and sharp lines, and this is kind of big and tough and full of practicality. And you can really see that functionality carried over to the side. So here we see lots more SUV styling. So you've got these big chunky pieces of plastic around the wheels. These are lovely 18-inch diamond cut wheels on this one. You've also got this black styling line down the side, again, to give the impression of it being more jacked up than it is, but actually this has loads of ground clearance for a small crossover. You also get chunky roof bars. You get black up here to make the body shape look more streamlined, and round the back you get a couple of boot lid spoilers, a nice big light bar element, more chunky black plastic to give that off-road vibe going, and an automatic tailgate. In here you'll find nearly 400 litres of space. This floor is false. I can take it out for even more room, but with it in place there's no load lip, and with the seats folded down it's continuous loading. These seats, very impressively for a car in this class, fold 40-20-40, so you can fold just the centre one down and get through loading. The only other way to get that in this class would be to buy a VW product with the through loading hatch, but this actually, the full centre seat folds down. You've got a couple of cubbies either side and some tie down points and a 12-volt socket. But let's see if there's enough space on the inside for passengers. So the first thing to mention in the back is actually these doors don't open all that wide. Now I'm going to try and get in here. This seat's in my driving position, but I'm looking at the leg room and I'm not sure if it's going to work. But we'll just, oh dear, right, yes, there we go, snake my feet in, and I am, crikey, okay, I am fully pressed against this front seat. My head also meets the ceiling, which is not ideal. Shorter adults and children would be okay, and many people would be fine behind a shorter driver, but I suggest if you're over 6 foot, you're probably going to struggle for headroom. Practicality back here, I've got 2 seat back pockets, I've got bottle holders in the doors, and I can actually, as previously mentioned, fold this down, and it's got cup holders in it, but it is hard plastic. And speaking of materials, a lot of the materials in here are on the more utilitarian side. So hard plastic all up the doors, hard plastic around here, no air vents, no power. The seats are a nice mixture of vinyl and cloth. You've got this pleasant styling at the top here, but in the back it really is a little bit Spartan. You do importantly get Isofix, so that's good. Space for a child seat, though I suspect, again, a bit difficult to get through those doors. If you want a small crossover with more rear seat space, I would recommend something like a VW T-Cross. Let's see though how much room there is in the front. Well, it will shock no one to hear there's more room in the front, but there's also, keyly, quite a raise in cabin quality, or perceived cabin quality. So I now have fabric on the doors here. It's not soft under my arm, but there's also a bit of colour contrast. This is brown, this is grey, same up here on the dash, and that is soft touch. I've got a leather wrapped steering wheel. This texturing on the seats comes all the way down the seat. It definitely is better, more premium here in the front. I've also got gloss black here. I've got the kind of tinted silvery bit round the drive selector. Practicality, you've got a nice damped glove box. It's full width, there's no fuse box in there. I've got a wireless charger down here, 12-volt socket, 2 USB-Cs. I've got 2 cup holders. I've got an armrest that folds away if that bothers you, or with it here there's also space, a shallow tray for maybe another mobile phone or a wallet or your keys, something like that. No sunglasses holder, but I do have a door pocket. It's quite wee. You wouldn't fit much more than a bottle in there. Things on the facelift, improved infotainment. So you used to get a kind of little tray here. You don't anymore. You get this bigger screen. You get a bigger driver's display that's fully digital now across the range. They're both, well, this is configurable. I'll pop the car on, shall I? And we'll test how responsive the system is. Oh, aircon's on quite high, fan down. So I also have physical climate control still, which is really nice. Everything's on a button or a twist dial. No touch sensitive buttons down here at all. Heated seats on a button. Very, very good. I agree. Let's search for our usual. How quick are you? Keep going. Come on. Yeah, that place. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. 1. Immediate. Wow. Okay. That's a pretty good system. Let's see how it is for everything else.
In 200 yards,
ooh.
right turn at the end of the road.
Turn that down. Rotary volume knob though, which is nice. What can I actually do in here? Information. It's a nice system actually. It's very responsive. The navigation works very quickly, but you also get wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay. They work very well. I've used that today. It's been no bother at all, connects super easily. All the technology is top notch. I think that's all that really needs saying about the inside. So why don't we take it for a drive? Right, I'm now driving the facelifted Yaris Cross. I'm in the 130, so it's the new, more powerful powertrain. And Toyota have actually issued me a challenge, which is to achieve the best MPG possible. And if I do, I get some tickets to a tennis match, which actually sounds quite good to me. So I'm going to try and win, which means I'm not going to use the aircon, which means this may be a very sweaty review, but we'll see. Now, obviously, while I'm doing all of that, I am going to tell you about what it's like to drive this car. So, for a start, you sit quite upright in here. You have a slightly raised driving position, and also all the glass feels very upright around you. It actually feels like a small SUV rather than a sort of crossover that ultimately feels like a hatchback. That being said, the driving experience itself is firmly car-like, which I think is a nice compromise everyone wants to have. Everyone wants to drive a car, everyone wants an SUV seating position. Here you go, Toyota have done it, and somehow they've made what is a very robust, boxy looking car incredibly efficient. Now, along with this new 130 powertrain, which by the way doesn't increase the CO2 emissions in any way, all that extra power is coming from an electric motor or a new electric motor, you also get a 30% increase in torque, meaning the vehicle feels a little bit more urgent around town, which again is very good in this size of car. You'll be doing, or you're likely to be doing, quite a bit of town driving. I've also got in front of me the new driver's display. It's fully digital. It's actually 12-way configurable. There's 4 different view modes and 3 different dial styles. That makes a combination of 12 different options ultimately. I have it in kind of normal at the moment. And obviously I'm driving the car in eco in order to try and achieve that, the desired MPG rating. So I've also got a full suite of smart cruise controls, all on the right hand side of the steering wheel here. So I've got radar, cruise control, it's got lane keep assist, everything you'd expect from a big fancy car, but this starts from just £22,000. You can get this with a £4,000 deposit for less than £300 a month, which to me seems like very good value for money. Now, as I've already said, some of the interior plastics in here may not be on the premium side, but look at that price objectively. For a new car right now, that's really good value for money. Really good, with a really efficient, clever hybrid drivetrain and all the tech. I'm not. I think the interior of this is absolutely fine. Visibility is pretty good too, especially around the front. Nice upright windscreen, upright doors here at the side as well. It's a little bit obscured at the back by the C-pillars, but actually it's a nice clear rear screen. The headrests don't impose too much on that view either. If you had a centre passenger, it would a little, but what car wouldn't it? I've got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I'm currently using the wireless Android Auto. That's running very smoothly. I like what my gauges are telling me as well. I've got an eco-powered charge meter that lets me know how efficiently I'm driving. And then obviously I've got my speedometer on the right, and that also gives me an indication of what the actual powertrain is up to at any given time. So I can see if I'm running off my battery or off the engine or off both. This has eCVT in it, so that's not a conventional CVT. It's a planetary gear set with clutched orbital gears, which provide the differential speed to create the continuously variable transmission. Also, one of those gears injects the electric power into the powertrain as well. It's a very, very clever system. It's very, very tough and robust, and I think less intrusive than a traditional CVT. But importantly, they've upgraded that also. So I've got thicker glass now, and I've also got more sound deadening and dampening in the engine to reduce engine noise at a cruise. I am currently on a dual carriageway, and it's very good actually. I'm getting a little bit of road noise, a little bit tyre roar, but I'm not getting too much wind noise, and I can't really hear the engine at all, which is very impressive indeed. Oh, I'm trying not to brake because braking wastes energy. Oh, stationary. That's not good. That's not good. Go on. Gentle set off. It's all in. Setting off and slowing down. Just ease it on. Ease it on. Increase that MPG. I'm cooking myself alive. It's okay, we're in a 30. You don't need to beep at me. I'm doing 22 in a 30. Just ruining everyone else's day. Now the ride and handling, obviously I'm not pushing the handling to its limits here. Although I have been taking corners quite fast because I haven't wanted to lose any momentum. And I'll tell you what, it's hung on very well. It feels very secure and sure-footed. I like the throttle feel. I like the brake feel. It's very easy to modulate and be gentle. Oh, the engine's on. Don't turn on engine. Just be there and be quiet. Oh, no, a 40. Oh, gosh. Right, come on. Stay in eco. Stay in eco. Use the downhill. Use the downhill. Come on. Yes, sorry, the ride and handling. In terms of the actual ride, it's very comfortable. Now, you do have a decent amount of sidewall on these tyres, even if you get the optional 18-inch wheels, which helps. You also have quite a lot of ground clearance and suspension travel, thanks to the off-roady styling. And what that means is you end up with a good ride. I can actually feel the extra torque in the motor, but then every time I feel it, I immediately regret it because I'm trying to win an MPG challenge. You know what's amazing about this car is Toyota's warranty. So we all know Toyotas are endlessly reliable. This will go to the moon and back, no bother. But not only do we know that, Toyota are willing to absolutely back it up to the hilt because they offer this with a 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty, provided that you get this serviced at a dealership. And if you do that, you get a 10-year warranty. Now in the UK, that's unbeatable. I know you can get extended warranties, but from a manufacturer, a 10-year warranty, no one else offers any more than that. Toyota is at the top of the game, warranty-wise. I've been driving this for nearly an hour now. I'm on 85.7 mpg, and I think I'm going to finish well. Okay, that's probably enough of me shouting at this MPG readout. We're going to go back and do a conclusion. I'm going to finish this up, obviously, and try my best to win. And I guess I will report back to you with what I've achieved when we get back. So, what do I think about the Yaris Cross? I think the engine is incredible. Lowest CO2 in class, hugely efficient, very comfortable, very quiet. The price is right on this completely. Throughout the range, you get a huge amount of technology. There's enough space inside for all your things. It's got a big enough boot. It's spot on. Toyota have hit the nail on the head here, and I would thoroughly recommend this car. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. You vote down into our description. You'll find all the links to all our social medias. You'll also find 2 ways that you can support our channel. So we have channel memberships right here on YouTube, and we also have a merch store. Please go and do one or all of those things, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.